The 31st pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears take Greg Olsen, tight end, Miami.
So that's what we expected. Greg Olsen, the first tight end taken in this 2007 NFL Draft out of the U. We'll talk about that in a moment. Greg Olsen, the tight end out of the U, who was the last player taken. The last time the Bears went tight end in the first round of the draft. You want to take a crack at that one?
Yeah, I'm going to say Ditka.
You nailed it. Mike Ditka. Ditka was the last time the Bears went tight end in the first round.
The Chicago Bears spent a lot of energy trying to move all around this draft. They considered moving up to number 6, Washington spot. The problem there was they couldn't move back, and they wanted to package that pick and get a lot of other picks, which they couldn't do. Then, from their spot where they are now, they considered moving back in the draft. Couldn't find a trade partner, but I think the Bears have to be very happy that Greg Olsen has slid all the way down into their laps at number 31, because there was a school of thought that Greg Olsen could go to the Panthers early on, maybe the Packers. The Jets were interested in him, but now this is a great value for the Chicago Bears.
Greg Olsen's X's and O's look like what, Mike?
What Greg Olsen is a vertical threat. He's not an inline blocker. Difficult to evaluate in the Miami offense because they threw the ball very poorly. Here he is on the corner route. You can see the separation, the run after the catch. He ran 4.51 at the combine. Completely different than any other tight end in this year's draft. He gets off the line of scrimmage. He knows right now he's trying to sit down in coverage. He knows he's got inside and deep coverage. He sits down in the correct place, catches the football, gets up the field. As an inline blocker, he's not even average. Okay, he did an okay job there, but he's not a physical kid. You got to use him on the move, and you got to get him down the field vertically. You can see right there, no technique, no want-to, no desire to block. He's an athlete. Get him out there in space, let him play, let him catch the football, because he's not going to help you in the run game. Chicago knows that. They got good run-blocking tight ends already. They're going to use him on the edge, in motion, find ways to get him vertical.
Well, it's going to be a long time before we even have a clue as to what kind of a draft it's been for the Bears. But for a team that picked so far down the line, it appears to be a pretty good weekend. More add-ons today, and Rich King has that story from Hallis Hall.
Garrett Wolfe impressed the Bears during a private workout when he caught every single pass thrown to him. That's why the Chicago native and NIU's all-time leading rusher was selected in round 3.
He's very, very competitive, highly productive, got great hands. You can't underscore this guy's competitive nature. This is a great competitor, like work done.
We wanted to get a back that we thought would complement Adrian and Cedric. And I'm talking about a speed back, quickness. Of course, he's a smaller type running back. Has good hands, just that. We think it's a change-up, player with what we have at the other, from the other running backs.
After Wolfe, the Bears selected linebacker Michael Okwo from Stanford. He's only 5'11", but extremely smart. Joshua Beekman was clearly the rock of the Boston College offensive line. Versatile defensive back Kevin Payne played at the same school as Chris Harris, Louisiana at Monroe. And cornerback Corey Graham comes from Jerry Azuma's alma mater, New Hampshire. Jerry Angelo saying this year's Bears draft can be comparable to last year's outstanding crop.
I like these players very much, and equivalent to the ones that we took last year, relatively speaking. So we feel real good about this class. I don't want to say because we're picking at the end of the round, we're down here bottom fishing, and this is, the best a carp could look. No, these are very good football players.
Well, you heard what Jerry Angelo said about Garrett Wolfe. What does Garrett have to say about being drafted by the Bears? Chilling at his parents' house this afternoon. Garrett is a success story in every sense of the term. A terrific player who always embraced the college experience. And he feels exactly the same about the possibility of playing for his hometown team.
I didn't really realize how fortunate of a young man I was until I came home, and just seeing my family and just being around my family and knowing that I'll have the privilege to be here as opposed to being in Arizona or something along those lines. So it's a very good situation. They have Cedric Benson already and Adrian Peterson as well, and those are two very talented football players, and I'll just basically be getting in where I fit in, and that's fine with me. This is an opportunity of a lifetime, and I plan to make the most of it.
Greg Olsen, an early entry into the NFL draft, but I think he's already had his full growth 6'5", 254, the tight end from Miami. Got his first look at Hallis Hall this morning. Olsen is a New Jersey kid who played for his dad in high school and originally enrolled at Notre Dame before transferring to Coral Gables. The Bears are trying out his brother as a free agent quarterback, but it's Greg who caught their eye in the draft, and he could turn out to be a home run hitter in that Bears offense.
I consider myself a deep threat. I feel like I can, do all the different ranges, stretch the middle of the field, which is, very important. It helps the other guys. I think a tight end, helps the other receivers, the most. Keeping those guys, honest in the middle of the field and giving those guys one-on-one matchups outside. So, underneath routes, working man coverages, working zones, stretching the field vertically. I feel I've had a lot of experience with all that, and just continued to develop as a player and to learn, here, and looking forward to it.